Good. Hello. Are we live? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the program. It is, of course, Sunday. I seem to be in certain instances, RJ, and I will be making coffee for you today. There is a lot going on today, as there has been this week, a lot of hustle and also sometimes bustle. You know, this world seems very focused on the hustle. You gotta hustle. What's your hustle? Keep hustling. They hustle so much that they also have side hustles. But we've really neglected the bustle. So I urge you, hustle all you want, but don't forget the bustle. Maybe a side bustle. What's your side bustle? Gotta keep bustling. You're a real bustler. That's what you should strive to be. Because everyone's hustling. When everyone hustles, you bustle, and let that be the life lesson for today on the show. I guess it's okay. I guess the lighting is okay. Let's talk to people. Ty said, "Well, good morning, RJ. Everyone, and everyone. I guess. How are you doing today? How did you sleep? Slept okay. Short though, not as long as I usually do. I'm doing reading. I'm reading in bed." Becoming my grandmother. And at a certain point, at a certain age, she had read all the books. So the only thing that was current enough were the coupons, the grocery store catalogs for the next day, the ads, and rip them out, find snow peas half off, that kind of thing. So I'm veering into that territory, albeit slowly. Leo said, "I love how unimpressed you look holding that coffee before even drinking it. Do you think Danhausen harvests and grinds the beans himself? Also, does the coffee have teeth in it?" Okay, good question. First of all, underwear, nice shot. Calvin Klein's, classic. And I'm feeling a little hot today, so I'm not even wearing socks. What a wild world this is. I'm really messing it up. And the coffee, yes. Let us talk. That's better. Let us talk about said coffee. It's Rootless coffee. They made a coffee called Danhausen Coffeehausen. There's his face there. I thought it would be a full color photo, but it doesn't seem to be. It's a black and white. There's usually a little red there. It's kind of hard to tell with him, except for the red. If you see the red on his eyes, you go, okay, this is full color. But it's black and white. I thought they would have given him a full color photograph. Maybe if it sells well, they'll do another one. And this is, of course, his catchphrase, which I didn't realize it was this: very nice, very evil. I thought it was very good, a lot of fun. Very nice, very coffee, I should say. That would be better. I should have wrote this. I wish they had more stuff here. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a little more house in it. Okay, here's the back. Rootless. I have had Rootless coffee before. They're from Flint, Michigan. They seem very nice. Let me read about this is their partner blend. Rootless Coffee Company does more than roast coffee. Of course, God forbid we just do the thing that we say that we do. Can't be happy with who we are. We have to do more. We support our local community, creatives. That's remains to be seen. And now we're able to team up with our favorite nonprofits, charities, bands, and brands to give them the opportunity to sell their very own branded coffee. And maybe he's a band. Maybe he's got a tambourine, and away we go. This medium roast was a fan favorite, and it only made sense to share the love. So they really just slapped Danhausen. He's a mogul in that sense. You know, he's just like, put my name, put my face. I don't care what it tastes like. It's fine. The region is from Minas Gerais, Brazil, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing. It's a natural process of putting his face on this. The elevation, I know you guys were asking. Sure, it's coffee, but what was the elevation? 1100 MASL. I don't know. Does anyone climb mountains? The taste. Nutty, dark chocolate, dried fruit, almond, and cherry. And I've been told there's a hint of teeth in here to answer your question, Leo. So I'm excited to I taste a molar, that kind of thing. And I did get the French press grind. Normally I get the beans, But since they had a very specific French press grind, I thought, what the hey? So it seems delightful. And it says, break free from boring. Because you know how exciting it is to drink coffee. There he is. Get a good look at that. When's Van Velzen going to get his own cup of coffee? All right. Tom says, good morning, everyone. Hope the week went well for everyone. Speak for yourself, Tom. Roaming says, very nice, very evil Coffeehausen. I think it's very nice, very coffee. I think that would have been a lot better. Nail said, oh, by the way, Nails has her little TV loyalty badge thing for the members. So people are starting to get those, and they're lovely. Leo, there's a video of Danhausen at the coffee place where they brew it, and he did indeed add teeth to the cup. Luckily, not the beans. I think you can dunk your teeth in the coffee. That's permissible if you have dentures or something. Craig said, yawn, good morning. Gee, that's an insult. Hopefully my allergies, oh my God, I'm so far behind. I have so much catching up to do. I'll go through this quickly. Hopefully my allergies don't go haywire today. I think that's a hay fever joke. Singh said, hello, everybody. I've had a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you've all had wonderful Sundays also. What is this positivity shit going on today? What is happening here? Craig said, good morning, RJ and Nails. Yesterday was bad, sneezing my head off 1,000,000 times. It is kind of fun, though, to get the blood flowing. Craig said, RJ, every day you're hustling. Like that's not every day I'm bustling. Nicholas said, bustle is a synonym for hustle, so therefore there's a redundancy. Nicholas, I will push back and say, is there no difference between hustle and bustle? It's kind of like muck and mire. You would assume if there's muck, there's kind of also going to be mire. You know, it's rare that you're in a muck exclusive situation. So are you ever in a bustle? Like there's got to be, even though it's a synonym, there's got to be a slight difference. Leo said, I spent 50 pounds. Is that how you read that? On RJ City, Florida Key Party merch. The wonderful Future Reunion designed a new logo for me that said I was not invited to RJ City's Florida Key Party. It is the orgy that no one went to. I had a key party and I didn't invite anyone. It was just me and a bowl, and I had a good time. So do enjoy that. Blue Meanie is here. Good morning to you, Blue. Nobody calls you Blue. I call you Meanie, right? It's like a family of meanies. You're like the Papa Burger, right? Hamburger said, in my production of Grease, I'm casting you as Duty. Cast me as Cha-Cha. That's really the only role I was born to play. Nail said, blue underwear summoned our beloved Blue Meanie. That's what happens. You put on a pair of blue, and there he is. Clarence said, hi, RJ. How are you doing today? Nice Calvin, honey. They're not Calvins. They're Armani. I really stepped it up today. Sean said, hello, Culty. Sorry I'm late. Good morning, Mr. City. Get in, Sean. You're late. I'll sit down and open your textbook to chapter 3. Lynn said, what type of underwear do you wear while wrestling? Variety. I have a one Calvin Klein thong, which you can only wear while wearing something over it. And then I have another smaller pair of like a bikini brief kind of things. I got a couple pairs of those. Nail said, it's already sold. Well, Danhausen is money. Well, it's not. I'm not making it. I'm at a net loss. Nail said, yes, you like to read your coffee. So Karia said, good morning to Archer's Underwear Only. Thank you. Positively, he said, label does need more stuff. I should have designed it. Craig said, I wondered if teeth were grinded into making the coffee. We've made this joke already. Spotcenter said, my grandmother would give us the Sears and Roebuck catalog and a $50 limit for Christmas. Being a young market for home furnishings, I couldn't do much, but always appreciated it. You could get a nice hamper or a drawer. Maybe over the years you could get a one drawer and then like fill in the cabinet, almost like now you have the whole set. That's adorable. Speaking of adorable, Matt Camp is here from the French wrestling program Le Boomp. And if you enjoy Le Boomp, as I often do, you'll be pleased to know that there is a live episode of it at 1 p.m. today. I'm not on it. Pretty sure my show had been canceled. They did a focus group and they said, this person's weird. And then Matt will be watching along tonight. Little WrestleMania Backlash And if he needs company, I may be there. I mean, not there, I'll be here. But digitally, I could be there. If they're interested. If not, fine. Whatever. I'll still be here. Blue Meanie says hello to Val. SM said he's never going to catch up on the chat today. I'm so far. Oh, my God. It keeps loading. I've missed people have come in and out already. Oh, here we go. We're getting closer. I got to skip. People are just putting positively but teeth emojis. I can skip that. Oh, Matt Camp also ordered the French press grind, as I did. And the grind made a difference. It's a coarser grind, but I'm also making cold brew. And I'd like to talk to the Rootless people and say, is this the right grind in your opinion? And why isn't there a full color photo of Danhausen on the thing? Spot Center said, hey, RJ, we almost lost Val. What? What happened? Is she alive? Is she dead? Nail said, you know the cult members would be all over the RJ City blend. I'm like a gateway, you know? If I had my own, then I'd be weird. I'd never talk about it. Justin Cobb said it has a toothy aftertaste. Aaron said, good morning, friends. Positively, he said RJ is behind. Nail said, Matt. It's Matt Cam from the French television program Le Boom. I do love when Matt is here. Andrew said, morning, dude. Yeah. Leo said, since we are talking about teeth, have you seen Virgil's teeth these days? Yes, there was one floating in my cup. SM said, press the like button, you cowards. Yolanda is here. Oh my God, Daphne is here. What is going on? What is this, the Dean Martin variety show? Hello, Daphne, and welcome. And thank you for I assume, sipping along with me. You seem like a person who would enjoy a strong cup and to talk about things. This seems like something you would be doing whether you were here or not. Oh, and David's here. Well, we're hitting for the cycle today. Hello, all. Sorry, I'm just rising from the muck and mire. You are not rising for it becomes you. You are like, who's the dirty kid from Peanuts? Is it Linus? You have the muck and mire following you. Wherever you go, you have that muck. You bring the muck and mire. Positively, he said, key party. I prefer lipstick parties. Matt said, hello, Nails. Now you get two members of the Boom. We are booping uglies today. Nails said, Meanie is the least mean person, though, yet he is blue. He's an ironic fella. David put some hearts. People are putting the David emojis. Roaming with the Rojo says, love that Danhausen and Blue Meanie. This is a key party I would have. Blue Meanie said, everyone who knows me calls me Meanie. When someone uses my real name, I assume I'm in trouble. Mr. Heffron. That's Mr. Feeney. Mr. Matthews. Mr. Hunter. Mr. Matthews. Miss Lawrence. That's my impression of Mr. Feeney. Mr. Heffron, please sit down and take off that makeup. Leo said, I saw the David Arquette Conan interviews recently, and I had never seen them before. Wild stuff. David, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you not allowed on the program anymore? Or that was someone else I'm thinking of, maybe a Letterman or something. I guarantee you there's at least 3 programs that have him on them. Please don't ask him to come back. Positively Issa, you can probably get a nice ottoman for $50. Yolanda said, ooh, Armani Exchange, possibly cotton Prima fabrication underwear today. My cotton is always Prima. I put it on and it is so Prima. Roaming with the Rojo said, hey, Blue Meanie, are you related to comedian John Heffron? Good question. Nail said, good morning, David. Still had to look away when they showed you the Nick Cage on Dark Side. Maybe I will keep my eyes open one day. You made the right choice. I'm so glad you're here and healthy. Healthy is a relative term. Matt Camp said, I think you can break tonight's guest appearance news. Well, if you've given me the okay, I will be on the WrestleMania Backlash watch along tonight. I don't know if I'll be on the regular Backlash watch along, but I'll be on the WrestleMania one. The WrestleMania Backlash watch along on the there's some channel on the YouTube on WWE's thing. I don't know when I'll be on. It starts at 7. So my advice to you would be put it on immediately and just go, where's RJ? Where's RJ? Where's RJ? And just, spam it. And I'll be giving, as I often do, subdued analysis. I think that's what I'm known best for. I entertain and I make people smile, but I also make them go, And that's really the reaction you want during a wrestling show. Well, now it's official. There we go. SM said, I was excited to see that David and Patricia did carpool karaoke. I have not watched it yet. I certainly will. I like any other Arquettes so much better. They're a wonderful family. Singh said, RJ busting his way onto Washington. I'm bustling my way. Yes, I am bustling my way. This is bustle. Nails said, Matt, I'm excited. Mysterious Spaceman, does RJ know the coffee song way down among Brazilians? Coffee beans grow by the billion. No. Nope. Val said, David, Meanie, Matt, Cam, truly, and Daphne. The Scream Queen herself. Craig said, learn more about new stuff. Well, you'll learn stuff, and that's important. And you'll learn stuff watching this program. Blue Meanie said, I'm not related to comedian John Heffron, but we follow each other on Twitter because people ask us often enough. Daphne said, indeed I am. And I'm going to take that to mean she agrees with everything I've said since the last time I mentioned her name. David said, Pigpen. I'm an idiot. Linus wasn't clean either, let's be honest. All those kids were gross. I hate Peanuts and Charlie Brown so much. He's such a little boring adult. And the colors are muted. I hate it. SM said, wait, he pressed the coffee already? No, I didn't. This is like my pre-coffee. Oh, look, Blue Meanie is saying hi to Daphne. Daphne saying hi back. Chris, can we get the details on your cup? It looks cool. It's a cup. It's not, I don't know. It's a forest and a night sky. You know how I like to camp. Spot Center said, rank the provinces. Why does it seem that Newfies are joked about? Because they're so far away. It's like how, like Wales or something. Anyone that's like far away, they're kind of already like geographically excluded. So they're easier to just make fun. Like, what about those people? Nail said, booming uglies. I am giggling. Nail says she's fine. Thank God. Andrew said, you like David Portnoy without the anger or the pizza. Sometimes I have pizza. Nicholas said the bum should advertise for RJ City makes coffee in his own. I don't think that's necessary. David said, yes, I was banned from Conan after going on the Tonight Show when Jay Leno pulled his fuckery. What else is new? So that was on brand for him. That should have been a red flag for everyone. Yet they persisted. Maybe you can go back now. Danhausen's here. The man himself. The Manhausen himself. Finally figured out how to comment. Hello, fellow famous celebrities. This is turned into a Dean Martin roast all of a sudden. Here's a question. What, they couldn't put a full-colored photo? Did I not send enough money? It really bothers me. Really does bother me. Nevertheless, the bag is nice, and I'm going to press it soon once I get through these comments. JP is currently making an RJ City statue. Good luck with all that. He's going to be very limp. Roaming with the Roja says, since we have the blue one here, will RJ do the meanie dance? Yeah, here it is. It's the famous dance he's known for. Nail said, I'll be watching the watch along. Well, good stuff. Blue Meanie enjoys the Danhausen. Aaron said, what a morning. Tom said, oh my God, all the stars are here today. Courtney said, Danhausen, you're annoyingly awesome. Nail said, and RJ, be nice to Danhausen. Drink the coffee and say nice things. Matt said hello to Danhausen. Danhausen and Meanie is here. Love that Danhausen said signed. What? I'm so far behind. What a pain in the ass this is. Signed RJ and Danhausen without asking. What are you rambling on about? Daphne said every day I'm bustling. And you do some bustling too, lest we forget. You have the hustle. We all have the hustle. I think that's obvious. But you've got quite a bustle on you. Craig said, Nails, have RJ and Danhausen ever tag team together? No. To my knowledge, we've only been in the ring twice. And also never again. Andrew said, can you add lyrics to the Alf theme? What you don't know is that it already has lyrics. I'll do a fun request. I love this song. It's one of my favorites. The theme from Alf. With lyrics. The original with lyrics. Because they wrote it with lyrics. That way they could get paid twice. Hey there, what's in the sky? Please try to avert your eyes. It's very bright. It's a UFO. Now it's landing. What do we know about this mysterious ship? I'm not so sure. The door is opening. Don't be demure. It's the mysterious ship. And who's walking out? It's this furry creature that looks like it has the gout. But wait a minute. He's got kind eyes. I think we should invite him in and try him on for size. Let him be in the house. It'll be kind of fun. Half the time he's played by a small person. Half the time he's played by a puppet. It'll be fun. Let him sit on the couch and make snide comments. Let him sit on the couch and eat some food. Hey there, fella, would you like some food? No, not the cat. You can't eat that because you are on Earth now, but you are not really from here. You're an alien life form named Alf. What's the theme from Alf? With the lyrics. Really good. Really good stuff. Mysterious Spaceman said Linus is not RJ's sweet babu. That's for sure. Leo said, who's winning the world champion match at Backlash? I want to say that Hollywood Hulk Hogan is going to win, but sadly, I think Triple H is going to win. I think The Undertaker is going to get involved. But please, if you want any more of my analysis, do watch the watch along this evening. Roaming with the Roses said, you sound like a young Tom Papa. Very funny comedian. I know Tom Papa. I don't know a young Tom Papa. I'm going to have to look him up. The old... Danhausen said there was no time for full-colored photography. They said, give me this with haste. I need it immediately. Does it hurt you does this hurt at all? Are you involved in voodoo at all? Positively, he said, you deserve that one, David. Matt Camp said, it's a giant bag. I appreciate that it can double as a sack of money or a tooth sack, lest we forget. And I don't know if you know, 1 in every 50 bags has a tooth in it. So buy them and rummage through it, and you may be the lucky one. Val said, feels like the morning of too many stars in here. Positively E had a thumbs down for Leno. SM said, should we add Jay Leno to the list of people we hate? Should we add Jay Leno to the list of people we hate as a cult? No, because he's already on the general shit list. David said, RJ is annoyed that his coffee show is popular. So true. I want to be left alone I want on a rocking chair on my porch. Roaming said, I say everyone go and watch Ready to Rumble after this. The movie starring the great one, David Arquette. It stars Oliver Platt. Okay. Danhausen said, yes, only wrestled twice. Perhaps one day it will be thrice. I got a feeling I'm going to keep you at 2. Val said, oh yeah, one of my favorites is always a gem. Neil said, we almost had Danhausen and RJ and Shazza McKenzie trio, didn't we? But it was canceled due to the world stuff. Yes, how it spins. I think we did. Was it just us? Was that was the team? I thought there was another person on it. Whatever. Look, it didn't happen. It's not going to happen. Rye said, feels more like a match game lineup than a roast lineup. Get ready to match the stars with Matt Camp, Blue Meanie, Daphne, Danhausen, and David Arquette. They're all here. Oh, actually, sorry. David's been banned. Matt Camp said, when I lived in Atlantic City, I cursed all the billboards promoting Leno appearances. I never, ever, and that's a good place to advertise for him, by the way, never cared for him. Ever. Never thought he was funny. I never thought his stand-up was funny. Like, I could go like, oh, he's good. Like, I don't think, like, he's technically bad, but I don't like him. And I've been proved correct. I got a good feeling about these people. Love that Danhausen. Cursing things is wonderful. Should I curse this? Is it bad? I will have it soon, and I'll make a decision. Neil said, have we even drinking the coffee yet? Drinking? Michelle said, speaking of celebrities, the Den Mother Hausen is here. Just been waiting patiently to say hello to everyone. I didn't want to interrupt You're bustling, hustling, and the muck and the mire. It's so hard to hustle in muck and mire. It's so viscous. Tom said, you once said you would put over Danhausen if someone paid you. Well, that time has come. Make him a star. All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock of good old-fashioned complimenting. I think that would be fair. I just want to say that I think you are one of the seminal artists of our time. And when people look back on this world, this time, this culture, years from now, they will only remember one name. And that name ends with Hausen. And I'm always struck by your catchphrase that I think everyone has been struck with, because once you hear it, it sticks with you. Very good. Very fun. Very me, very you. Very us. Very coffee. And I just want to say thank you and good luck. He got a salute. He got a hard salute there, too. And scene. Doesn't mean anything. Danhausen said, The Undertaker can't win at WrestleMania Monday Night Backlash. He was destroyed by Uncle Alan Styles at WrestleMania Original. Well, I know someone who won't be on Watch Along. David said, and Pigpen. Yeah, I don't like ping in the, well, even then, Pigpen. Jesus. Nail said, it was you three versus Sue Young and two others. I'll have to Google. It was a drags and dropkicks, I'm sure. I remember being excited about something. Yeah, that did not happen. SM said, is Penny watching today? I have no idea. Romain said, how did you meet Mario Cantone? Like all my relationships, on Twitter. Craig said, I love that I got to meet Danhausen and brought some very nice and very evil merch he was saying. What do you want from me, Craig? Blue Meanie said, when I lived in Atlantic City, I actually ran into Jay Leno in Trump Plaza. He hard weighed me with his chin. That thing that's a shoot chin. Rye said, I wish I lived in a world that Emo Phillips hosted The Tonight Show instead of Leno. That wouldn't have lasted long, but those 3 episodes would have been amazing. Mackham said, I'm on my way to Stamford. Penny might be watching with her mom. I have a feeling she's not. I have a feeling she's doing something educational and fruitful. And I also feel like Penny's mother has better friends, like more practical, more helpful people in her life. It's a totally different social circle. It's not the one I'm in. However, I'm aware that it's definitely the better one. Into the Life said, hello there, Danhausen here. No, he's not. Dadhausen, I see. Is this Danhausen's dad? You need to do another interview. You to him, him to you. It's always gold. Just watch the other ones. Keep all the views in the same place. I've run out of shit to say to this person. Ben said, is it true that the dude who played Nick Gage was cutting a promo and the dude who played David Arquette about how much better RJ City was than David while they were filming? I don't know. I'm excited for that shoot interview. Neil said, you better be nice to Danhausen for real or I will unrecruit this cult so fast. But that would make it his cult then. Neil said, everyone clipping this, right? It's hilarious. Craig said, Nails, you can't leave us like what? What are these people rambling about? Danhausen said, I'm John Cena since you saluted. I so wish I could not see you. Chris said, Leno comes around my way to do stand-up at the local casinos, and I honestly pity the poor souls who willingly pay for a Jay Leno stand-up show. Hey, you hear this, Danhausen coffee? You see this? You trying this thing? Very nice, very evil. You got a free Jay Leno impression, everyone. Val said, I was going to do drags and drop kicks. I had a ticket and everything. I actually don't think it was ever refunded for it. Well, I'll get them on Twitter. Damn it. Val, you need that money back. Chris said, I was supposed to see Danhausen in Portland, but then, and it worked out for the best. Nail said, I've never been compared to Mould. Wonderful, Craig. I've never leave. The first rule is never leave, after all. First rule is this is not a cult. Roaming said, David Arquette, would you ever host a watch party for Ready to Rumble? Would be great to get Oliver Platt as well. First of all, You will not be getting you will not be getting Oliver Platt. This reminds me, when I can't speak, that means I need to press the coffee. Number 2, he did do a watch along, and it's annoying. All right, let's give it a good press. Oh, this is nice and smooth. Isn't this something? David said, RJ getting annoyed that there are too many people commenting on his coffee show. You know, I have I'm going to put a cap on this. Okay, a nice pour. Amber waves of coffee. Here we go. It's a little light. I wish it was a hair darker. I'm not the best. I don't have the best affinity for medium. Nevertheless, here we are. Oh, did it say fruity? Because I'm getting some hard fruit. Nutty, dark chocolate, dried fruit, almond and cherry. That's what I'm getting. And a little bit of teeth. I like it. I think it's nice. I think it's a fun summer cold brew. It will be refreshing because when you look at him, you think, I'm refreshed. There's your endorsement. Michelle said, I got to meet Danhausen and RJ in a barn in the middle of a cornfield in Ohio. Not connected with the show. We just happened to be there. That's where I fell in love with Danhausen and continued to simply tolerate RJ, as I do myself. David said, sure, my watch along was unwatchable. David's watch along, they had blindfolds when you come in. Nell said he is fully annoyed that people are here and having fun. How dare you? Mysterious Spaceman said, did all of Jay Leno's matches and angles in WCW earn him no goodwill with the callous wrestling community? Lest we forget, David, that Leno had the audacity to ban you, and he was a former WCW superstar himself. That's the real grudge nobody's talking about. He's not making a documentary about earning respect, getting back into wrestling. That's for sure. He's made peace. Danhausen said, RJ, get Danhausen's Vince Triple H McMahon's phone number. I want to call him with ideas. I think the DMs are open. I tell that to every young kid coming up in the business, just DM Vince. He's on it. It's like Gary V in that sense. Craig said, just got done drinking my second cup of coffee. You are flying. It is just now 10 o'clock. Val said, oh man, if you limited viewers to like 50 people, it would be an exclusive deal, a race to get here first, create urgency in your audience, which reminds me, I want to say thank you to all my members who enjoyed Friday night. We had a private members only watch along. Sorry to steal the phrase, Matt, of Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein from 1910. It's in the public domain. So we did a little watch along stream of it. It's like 15 minutes long, and it is a trip. It is scary and then incredibly nonsensical. And it was produced by Thomas Edison. Wrap your heads around that. So thank you. I'm sure I'll be doing more of those at some juncture. I don't know when. When I find an equally strange film. And all the members, if you haven't, scroll down on the community tab, you'll be able to watch the replay. And I urge you to watch this film. Where I said, Ready to Rumble is to great cinema what Pink Lady and Jeff is to television history. I just listened to Jeff Altman was on the Gilbert Gottfried podcast. And yeah, I felt bad for him. Speaking of, and I'm going to talk about this, he was talking about doing the Starland Vocal Band variety show. And if you don't know who Starland Vocal Band is, they're the people who sang Afternoon Delight. Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight. You know, they had a variety show, and it's Jeff Altman, David Letterman was in the comedic cast, and Mark Russell, the political pianist guy, the guy who would be like, Ronald Reagan went to town. That guy. What a cast. I watched 2 episodes of it last night. Into the Live said, what do you drink? What? When you drink it, does it give you Danhausen's powers? Yes, I feel myself getting a lot more pale and having less control of my body. Matt said, the cherry comes through nicely. It's almost on top of it. But I think it's maraschino. Positively E said, refreshed? Are dabs of acid refreshing? Well, it depends what decade you're in. Tom said, David, give RJ permission to stream Ready to Rumble so we can commentate on it, because I'm sure that's how this works. Yep, it's fully David's film. He wrote it, he directed it, he raised all the funding. If you want anything to do with Ready to Rumble, that's your guy. The other black kid said, do you feel more evil after drinking it? I feel like evading taxes or some light illegal music download. After this, I'm going to fire up the old LimeWire and see what I can get. Daphne said, I was there the night that David won the belt. And you did this because only the devil could have dreamed up that scenario. And were you shaking your head? What were you doing? Were you just like, what? He's really? Leo said, are you going to induct David Arquette into the WWE Hall of Fame? Oh, yes. For the day that happens, I will be there with bells on. SM said, I honestly forget Jay Leno even exists until someone brings up all the bullshit he's done. He's really not leaving the best legacy. Neil said, Friday night was a hoot. Michelle said, at first glance, I thought your mug said Bret Hart. It, in fact, says BRE Start. This is a subsidiary of the Up, Up, Down, Down people. They are apparently the best roommates ever, and they're going to start to be. Maybe that makes the most sense. And I like the blue on the inside. It makes me happy. SM said Cinema City was the shit. Thank you. Chris said it was certainly something. Nug is here. Oh, my God. Now we have two. We're going to have to start turning people away. Morning all morning. Daphne. Aaron said, so sad I missed it. Watch the replay. It's the same. Jacob said there were so many wild chat cameos this morning. It's fantastic. I wish we had like a doorbell or something. Val said, I feel like the original Little Shop is public domain. So the tricky thing with the public domain is sometimes they have remastered versions or stuff they do to it that technically takes it out of the public domain. So you have to find the right, like the Frankenstein I got was from the Library of Congress. And they're like, this is public domain. Or sometimes they'll put music over it that is not public domain. Like it's a whole thing. Justin said, I thought it was an outstanding Thomas Edison production of Frank and Stein, the wonderful comedy duo. Matt Camp said, Danhausen, reach out to Lord Alfred Kayla Braxton and she'll pass your ideas along. Just send her a message too. She's great. And also tell her that she has zero taste in pizza. Tell her Billy Gardell sent you, Danhausen. Where did we go? I've missed. Oh, there we go. Neil said, yes, I'm just waiting on Dalton turning up, and then I will fully die. And where's Bobby Fish? Did anyone see Bobby Fish on NXT this week? The horseman himself. Leo said, would you rather wear the Gary V K-Swiss shoes or yellow? I'd like to wear the Gary V ones because I would just constantly scuff my feet and run around in muck and mire. Nug said, Jeff Altman had a great turn as a crooked record executive on WKRP. I have to look that up. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention my condolences that Tawny Katane passed away. And she was in, if you remember, Nug, the new WKRP, which still had Gordon Jump because he was really the bedrock that any WKRP was built upon. Positively E said, Afternoon Delight is about a nooner. It is. And they sang it. That's what they opened their first episode with. And then every other song they sang, I'd never heard of. Singh said, Edison was involved in a lot of art creation in the first quarter of the 1900s. He had a record label that very conveniently folded just before the stock market crash at the end of the 20s. I think Edison was doing a little insider trading, if you want the truth. Casey said, RJ is already very nice and very evil. I think that's a good way to describe it. He's nice and evil. Nails has a correction. RJ is more evil than Danhausen, but not as nice. Leo said, Ready to Rumble stage musical? What do you think? I think it's a horrible idea. Craig said, Dave. Big Dave. would they ever make Ready to Rumble 2? Usually when a movie doesn't do so well, they try not to make another one. Leo said LimeWire would make your computer explode. Daphne said, sup, nug. Roaming with the Rosa said, rest in peace, Chris Canyon, David's double in the movie. He was not David's double. If you watched La Boom 2 weeks ago, I did an interview with Shane Helms. And we talked about Shane Helms being David's stunt double in the movie. Canyon was a stunt double in the film, but of Oliver Platt, making him look like a far better wrestler than he has any right to be. Leo said, I didn't know Jay Leno was a bad guy. He really isn't a thing in the UK. That I understand. But I would urge you to look it up or read. It's some fascinating business. Blue Mini said, just the mention of LimeWire almost made the stream crash. I'm just downloading clips from ECW right now. Raven gets hit with a chair. That's what it'd be. It would take like 5 hours. It'd just be like a 3-second clip. I mean, it is cool. So glad I have this on the computer now. Matt Camp said, I think we can get David in the Hall of Fame. Might be a goal for 2022. Great. This business is not sunk far enough. You got real luminaries in there. Okay? You got a guy like Drew Carey has no business. Shouldn't even be in the same room as David Arquette, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm around, that should not happen. Nell said the music would start to play RJ off stage after his first eye roll. Mysterious Basement said suddenly Cena. Val said, yes, I'm pretty sure the original Little Shop is on there, which was Roger Corman. And because it's not even that old. It's just because Roger Corman didn't bother. He was too cheap to copyright it. Yes, I have spent way too much time browsing the Library of Congress. I need to get on there more. Danhausen said, Jet's Pizza is good. She was right. I should throw this coffee out. Casey said, Arquette, Danhausen, and Meanie all in one stream. RJ's got a great community. Sure. David is tough. She's dropping emojis. Nug said, Matt Camp, let's get the letter writing campaign started for 2022. Nug, do you remember every year they try to get Bret Hart on Canada's Walk of Fame? And there was a big petition last year or 2 years ago, and it's going to be a big, and then it was just like, wrestling? They should get him in there for his work on Sinbad. Leo said, I like how much you seem to dislike Gary Vee. It is a significant amount. It's not, petitions don't work. Don't start a petition for David getting into the Hall of Fame. That's not, when has a petition? Those everything online? You put your name on, you're like, this is a worthy cause. When has it ever turned into an actual thing? If you really want this, don't do that. If you want to perform and make it look like you want this, then start a petition. SM said, can we get RJ to induct David? I mean, who else is going to do it? Really? Who else? That's what I would like to know. Actually, I would like to hear a lot of other people. Blue Meanie said, also, rest in peace to New Jack. I would have loved to see a New Jack and RJ rendition of The Odd Couple. To my knowledge, I was trying to think, and I should message Daryl, the ref from NXT. I recall when I was much younger, he was supposed to be on a show with me. I mean, I wasn't doing anything with him, but I think he was going to be on the show, and I just remember being completely terrified. And I don't know if the show didn't happen or the show, or he wasn't on it. I think Daryl has some border crossing story about it. So I don't think I ever met him unless he was on the show, and I just don't remember physically being there. Anyway, thank you, Blue Meanie, and rest in peace. I will say, he also has a tremendous scene in Beyond the Mat where he reads for that role, and those two crazy casting agents who I want to find out their names. I think he'd be Denzel's best friend, not necessarily Denzel. I remember them vividly. Jenny just said Ishtar too, and that's fine by me. Cobb's mother effer. I'm not going to say the full thing. Said I missed watching these. Good morning, RJ. What the hell? Where have you been? Been doing this very consistently. Chris said, so was Thomas Edison the Suge Knight of the 1990s? That's how I described him. Robbing artists, doing very evil and not nice. He was very heavy on the technical side of it. You know, I think he was an Elon Musk. I say Elon, and I will not say Elon, because they should put a thing over it. Michelle said, do a scene of Danhausen interviewing RJ about Coffeehausen. Play the roles of Danhausen and RJ. Yeah. Okay, 60 seconds on the clock. Coffee. Yes. Get a Zeppelin, a big one, and you drive it around. That's what I want. Yes, and then you can drive around in a Prius. Get me a Prius. Everyone should have a Prius. And I'm very excited to be on the podcast of famous talk show host Carson Daly. Oh, I love Carson Daly. He's my favorite. I wear a Carson Daly mask. And I do a lot of good, very fun, very good. Yes, driving around in a Prius with Carson Daly, having my coffee. Ooh. Ready the Prius. And scene. It's a good Danhausen impression. Nails like Shane Helms also pointed out that David is your idol, and you can watch that episode, the first and probably last episode of Wednesday Morning Wake Up on last week's episode of Le Boom, the wonderful French wrestling program. Roman with the facts. Oh, I missed it. Said, I'm still hungover. My facts are off. It's okay. Tom said, I have a feeling New Jack and RJ would be like the real world sketch from the Chappelle Show. I feel like he's someone who, like, you'd be like, I'm not going to get along with this guy. And then he's like, what do you think of Norman Fell? And I'd be like, oh my God. And he'd be like, I love Norman Fell. Tom said, I read that already. Leo said, I guess Jay Leno was like Tony Robbins. Did a load of stuff and got away with it. I don't think he did illegal stuff. You know what I mean? I think he was just unethical in his practices. Didn't have the best, wasn't of good ilk. Casey said, Meanie's Desert Island Grabs was a lot of fun. Love to hear RJ on one of Cultaholic shows. Well, you pay me. Mysterious Spaceman said, Sinbad over Lonesome Dove, only because Sinbad also has a wonderful character actor, George Buzza, who was also in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show, which had an episode with Owen and Brett. Doug said, Bret Hart Lifetime Achievement Award from the Canadian Screen Awards for his work on Lonesome Dove 2023. Get the petition started. Chris said, I've signed at least 50 different petitions to get Tupac on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. And Jack Squat, they can't, he's not going to be at the ceremony. Who cares? The man got a hologram. You know how many people are on that sidewalk? Del Moore is there. You can Google that later. Nail say tweets and hashtags work sometimes, occasionally. Yeah, they do very well. Roman said, what is an awesome mini match to watch? I mean, don't mean to insult you, Meanie, but everything I'm thinking of is just entrances mainly. I like any of the I just remember you in angles, really. Now that I'm thinking of it. No, I did enjoy that one match. Who are you wrestling? Maybe it was on a Heat or a Jacked. It was you and Stevie, and you were wrestling a guy who used to wrestle for the AWA. We had talked about this months ago. Do you remember that? I liked that one because I think you really hit a no-look meanie salt, and it was a good one. I remember you having to like give her And I remember that being a fun match in a way where like those kind of matches aren't fun anymore. You know, there's a craziness to it. Casey said Carson Daly is going to make Danhausen seethe. Nail said you can tell RJ watches all of Danhausen's content. Yolanda said, ha, ready the Prius. Nail said Danhausen is a normal human just like all of us Prius driving individuals. 60-second scene. Annoyed Starbucks barista revisited. A barista serving Danhausen, Meanie, Daphne. David, Meanie, Daphne, Danhausen, and Matt Camp. All right, we'll put 60 seconds on the clock. Hello, what can I get all of you? Okay, one at a time. Is there a designated person to do this? Is this going to be a group? Is it going to be all like you're ordering together, but are you guys going to pay together? Because I really don't think. Okay, how about those who were in WCW first, stand here, okay? Then those who were in ECW, okay? And then those who weren't in either, we just, okay? Great, okay. It's WWE, okay, good. Now, I think it would be fair, since Matt is in WWE, you should probably pay for everyone's stuff, okay? Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's okay. You know what? I'm just going to write shit show on the cups, and then that way you guys will know. Great. And scene. Spot Center said, Jay Leno kicked my sister's dog in Albuquerque for no reason. Spot Center, you should really come out publicly with that information. SM said, is the feed choppy for everyone else? I don't think so. Michelle said, when they canceled Cagney and Lacey, a petition circulated and got it back. And that was internet, you know? That's when if you wrote Tyne Daly's name on a piece of paper, it meant something. Nug said, I met George Buzzer during Men with Brooms, also starring the wonderful Leslie Nielsen, and told him how much I loved his work and how he's always so happy when we bump into each other at auditions. Next time you bump into a Buzzer, when this is all over, let me just come on your auditions on the off chance I will bump into George Buzzer. Someone's name we have to put out there more. A real distinct, oh, that guy face. Leo said, I liked Blue Dust versus Gold Dust at St. Valentine's Day, Massacre 1999. Spot Center said, as a young comedian, the Young Comedian special, Jay Leno once steamed the wallpaper off his grandparents' living room walls and made a suit for a stand-up gig in Boston. They weren't home and held a grudge until their death, as they should. Neil said, big money, Matt Camp. Got that boom money. Matt Camp said, Danhausen has all the money, including mine. Daphne with a request. Dear Lord. Please cut a promo as my manager. And we are challenging David for the belt. Okay. 60 seconds on the clock. Okay. Hey, David. This Sunday at WCW Greed, you are in a lot of trouble, mister, because I got the Daff, and she is gonna make you laugh. No, you're not gonna laugh. The Daff won't make you laugh. She'll rip in half. Maff, calf, saf. That doesn't make any sense. Listen. Okay, she is going to scream, and you're not going to like it. You're going to go hold your ears, and then a schoolboy roll up, because we don't need to wrestle that much. You know, I think the novelty of this match will sell it on his own, and then she will be the WCW champion, and quite frankly, she won't like the belt at all because it is too big. It is too heavy, and then I'm going to have to hold it. You know what? I think we should just cancel the match. I think it would be just best. Maybe we should all have brunch or something. It would be a little easier. See you this Sunday at WCW Greed. And scene. I'm telling you, cut a hell of a promo. That would have been a wonderful pairing. Casey said Jay Leno showed up to a yard sale I was having and just started flipping tables. Nothing was didn't Jesus also do that? Nothing was broken, but we had to stop and reset everything. Then he poured out my little sister's lemonade as he left. Yeah, these little kids' lemonade. You see this? You see this? It would be a shame if it would go to waste. Nini said, hey, I made it before the last 30 seconds this time. SM said, I remember when there was a petition to deport Justin Bieber from the U.S. and I got so many signatures that the White House had to respond. And they were like, yeah, this is fucking shit. Harley said, one of my friends recommended that I watch this, and she said I will love it. I don't know if I should believe her. I think you shouldn't. I'd love to know who that friend is. Nug said, Star Trek was the first series to be saved by a letter writing campaign. Do you think it's too late to write in and save the Ropers? It was my understanding that Norman Fell never wanted to do the Ropers, and I don't want to put Norman Fell in a bad position as much as it would help Archer Linney. Daphne said, bravo. And it's an honor to cut a promo for you. Nail said, that de-escalated quickly. I'm a de-escalator. Wrestling starts here. And stay tuned tonight at 7 on the WWE YouTube for WrestleMania Backlash Watch-Along for more nuanced analysis. They don't make pay-per-view names like WCW Greed anymore. That's for sure. Val has a song request, Torn, by Natalie in Bruglia. Big fan of hers. Love it. Here we go. I feel torn on this morn. My shears are shorn, and I want them back. I am torn, so very torn since the day I was born. I've been on the attack because you see, when you work with me, you must do stretches every morning, or else your muscles will be tight and they will tear. So heed this warning. I tore my hamstring, just one hamstring, and it's something I'm feeling now. But I have the recital, tonight's ballet recital, and I must dance, but now I don't know how, because I'm torn, so very torn, since the day I was born. And this I tell you, you will be torn if you don't stretch. So very torn, this I tell you. That was Torn by, what was her name? Natalie Imbruglia. One of my favorites. Love it. Love it. Nail said, are we marking the coffee out of 5? No, I'm not going to give it a rating. I'm just drinking it and enjoying it. And then you can do the same. Leo said, Greed is about as much as an uncreative name as WCW Fight. Should be a fun name for pay-per-view, to be honest with you. Singh said, you got to de-escalate the wrestling because otherwise you have to do more work. Bustling is about working smart. You have all the hustle, but you have to channel it with good old-fashioned bustling. Val said, thanks. Literally the first thing that popped in my head. Great job. Michelle said, bye, guys. Have a hustly, bustly day. Watch out for the muck and the mire. There might be some bog. Nuni said, I messed up my last comment. Who's your favorite wrestler of, let's say, the last 5 or 10 years? Of the newer guys, I'd say Jim Powers. Chris said, hey, Sold Out was a cooler name, too. SM said, I love how he concentrates so hard to rhyme the words. We should ask him to actually rap one day. You actually may see that kind of soon. Stay tuned. Mysterious Spaceman says, this is a tribute to Rip Torn. Yes. Rip Taylor and Rip Torn. All the Rips. Leo said, there's a comedian in the UK called David Armand. Used to do a great interpretive dance to Torn. I will have to look that up when this is over. Poor Natalie. She should be so happy. Hamstring or not. Positively E said, Danhausen would have loved the pay-per-view Greed. Val enjoys it. Jenny said, how spicy is the coffee? It's not at all. And I think that's the evolution of this man as an individual. Yolanda said that was beautiful. Positively East said Brett gave it 4 out of 10. What did George Buzza give it? Yolanda said it was better than Pebbles. Casey said, is the coffee good? I was thinking of buying some for my girlfriend. I do think it's good. He said it was nice and refreshing. I went, after I had the first sip, the hell more do you want from me? Dale says, why must he tease us like that? Is a rap album coming? Yep. Well, that's the program. I want to thank the Rootless people for this Coffeehausen. And I want to thank everyone for joining me, Nug and Matt Camp, who you can see tonight, who you can see at 1 p.m. this afternoon, and you can see at 7 again, both on the WWE YouTube channel for the bump, and then for Watch Along for more of my subdued analysis. And then, of course, Blue Meanie and Daphne with the cameo of all cameos. And David, who I'm sure is falling asleep now. It's his bedtime. That's his circadian rhythm is a tad askew. And let's get one more shot of these huckleberries as I give a nice spin. Oh, there's a little crack there. Whatever. It's a nice surprise for everyone. Good luck.